Woo! Burnout. What's up, people? It's another episode of The Giants Guys. And of course, in the lab with me today, I got Mikey Fresh. I got Mr. Glass Half Empty. Spiro, of course, our resident Met and Ranger fan. If you haven't noticed, I have seen some upset takes on a certain pitcher that's left.
Screw Noah Syndergaard. We're done with you, bro.
Yeah. I'm not even a Met fan,
was the offer better? Like a lot better?
It was $2.5 million better, and he didn't even give us a chance to match it. Apparently, I was all right with him getting his money, but when he said he didn't even give us a chance to match it, he said he wanted to be in New York. I'm gonna give him the Eli Manning. Get out of here. Go to LA. We don't want you here anymore.
I felt bad. I got to tell you, I'm not a Met fan at any stretch, and I felt bad for Spiro today,
bro.
I guess I can't blame him though, but that's another story.
I'm gonna need I'm gonna need some our friends from Italy are checking into the lab. I want to know how to say his name without butchering it. Ozori looks like how I pronounce it. I need a phonetic spelling on that. Pay our proper respects. And listen, I love the fact that every time he checks in with us, guys, he slaps the stinky Eagles fans on the way out.
I love it.
Oh man,
it's
without fail, and I love it. So thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Giants Guys. We're gonna try something different. The Giants Guys now has a sponsor. We are brought to you by Play Pickup. I'm gonna give you a really simple explanation. Let's say you're not into sports gambling, sports betting, but you want to get involved somehow to have a little skin in the game. Okay, people. Okay, so Pickup is an app, okay, that you can play along with pretty much any type of prop there is. What's a prop? I don't know. The coin toss is a prop. How many touchdowns Jones is going to throw? I don't know. Spiro, give me an example of a prop.
Is Booker gonna go over 20 yards next game? Like, yes or no? You know.
So here's the deal, people. Prop bets, they're fun. They're like polls. Have you ever participated in a poll? Okay, they're like polls. He's got his beer going. It doesn't cost you anything to play. It's for fun. But here's what's cool. Here's how it works. The more props you play, the more props you win, the more you get a chance to win brand new Giants gear from the Fanatics. Okay, so all you do is you go to playpickup.com, you make an account, you verify your account, and then right away you start playing props. Is it just Giants props? No. You can play, for all I care, you play Miami Heat props. You know, you can play, Dallas Cowboy props. You can play
Patriots versus Falcons on Thursday night. Whatever you guys want to do, man.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a prop there for everything. But one, the Giants Guys are now brought to you by Pickup. So they are a sponsor of us. We'd appreciate the support. Go in there, make an account, play. But here's the thing. As I mentioned, it doesn't cost you anything. Doesn't cost you anything to play the props. Yep. And guess what? If you score enough points, you're going to win brand new Giants gear from the Fanatics. Okay. And in honor of Pickup, we're going to try something a little different. We're going to do our own version of the 2020 today. We've got offense and defensive props. These props are going to be made tomorrow. So you're going to be able to play these props on NY Giants Rush tomorrow. And then we're going to talk a little Bucs. You guys cool with that?
Let's do it.
Awesome. I'm freaking pumped.
All right, here we go. All right. First prop up. I'm going to ask the prop. They're going to tell you what you think. Maybe I'll jump in and I'll give them my take. But we're going to rip through them. We're going to go offense first. All right. Offense, first prop of the day. How many TDs will Daniel Jones end the year with? Over, under 20. Mikey Fresh, starting off with you. Over
passing or overall?
20?
We're talking total touchdowns, rushing and passing.
Total touchdowns for Jones. Passing, rushing, don't care. How many touchdowns will Daniel Jones have at the end of the year? Over, under 20?
I'm going to say over. I think that, he obviously is light on touchdown passes. He has 8. But I mean, it isn't crazy to think that he could toss another 12 touchdowns the rest of the way. Like that would be, it would be a really pathetic if he doesn't exceed what he did in the first half of the season. But then I'm also factoring in the running and that too, because we're getting in the red zone a good amount, and if we can just find a way to get some in, that would benefit. But I think over. I think over is safe.
All right, so you're taking the over. Spiro, 20 touchdowns, over or under?
It better be over. And I'm going over because if he comes shy of 20 touchdowns again for the second straight season, man, that's not going to be a good look. He needs his weapons around him to stay healthy and Andrew Thomas back. That'd be great. If those things happen, I think over 20 is a lock. I mean, it's got to be a lock no matter what, though. I get Tony involved more. Get the ball to Galladay in the red zone. Get the ball to Rudolph. They should know how to use these guys now. It's the second half of the season. Everybody should. There's no more learning about what your players do best. Like we got this now. Stay healthy. 25 touchdowns. I'm thinking that's going to be the range over 100%.
All right, so I got 2 over. I'm also going with the over purely on the fact that right now the New York Giants are scoring on an average of 19 points a game. That's only up 2 points from last year, which was 17 points a game. There is no progress, and we have better weapons. We don't have necessarily a better line, but there should be, some thought in the building to get the ball vertically downfield into the hands of Tony Galladay and Rudolph, and Shepard for that matter, okay?
Right.
So I'm also going to go with the over. So all three of us are going with over Jones, 20 touchdowns. All right, next prop up, defensive prop. And by the way, hello, Daniel, Steven, and Joseph. Thanks for checking in with us. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. All right, next prop up, defensive props. How many interceptions will Dory Jackson end up with at the end of 2021? Currently, he has Currently, he has 0. So the over under, okay, is 1.5. Which, by the way, we're hoping there's a push in there somewhere, right?
I don't know if that's
possible. Starting with you, Mr. Stonehands of Dory Jackson, who was working at practice.
He hasn't caught a ball in 6 years.
Yeah, well, like you said, he's putting in the extra work. Let's hope it pans out. But so this is not just a this year thing. He got 2 interceptions, I think, his rookie year in Tennessee, and I don't think he's gotten one since. I'm gonna double check on that, but he's been and this is not a knock on the Dory because he's actually been really freaking good this year. Look at all the numbers, and he's shutting people down. He just has to make plays on the ball, but I'm going to say under because I just don't think he's you either have the hands or you don't, and he does not have the hands. Keep making the passes defense, keep doing that. I hope he gets a big pick in here somewhere, and I hope he proves me wrong, but I love for him to get over 2, but I think he had a bad start, and I'm going to say under, man. I'm going to say under.
It's funny because you're like, you hope he gets a pick. I'm like, that still doesn't cover the prop.
It doesn't. Even one doesn't cover it. But hey, make it a big pick then. I don't know.
Yeah. Mikey Fresh, what do you got? Over under 1.5?
Yeah, I'm going under, and not for the obvious reason that he has really bad hands, but I'm going under for the fact that he's actually covered extremely well, and Bradbury hasn't. So teams are going to probably attack Bradbury a little more the second half of the year. So he's not going to have as many opportunities, and he doesn't have great hands. So I'm going under.
Fair.
Okay, I'm going against the system, boys.
Oh,
I'm going.
I mean, he could accidentally run into 2. It's not like
I know
crazy.
he's had opportunities.
So it's fresh. You read my mind. Dory Jackson's going to get 1 interception off a tip, off of somebody's hands.
That's what he needs.
And one of them, since he's had, as Spiro alluded to a little earlier, he's had a really nice year. I think that's for me, it's a little extreme. I really thought the first 3 games he looked completely lost. Like, new system.
Yeah, new system.
The last 3 games, Kansas City, the Raiders, and Carolina, I thought he's played really well. And if I'm not mistaken, Dory Jackson is giving up 32 yards or 36.
Yeah, it's something 36, I believe. It's really small.
Per game. Small number. So for a guy who I was really unhappy with his play in the beginning of the year. Last 3 weeks, he looks really good. I'm going to go with the over.
It's also no coincidence that the defense has also stepped up their game in the past three games.
And I'm sure there's some more props in here to address that because they have been playing better. But I'm going against the system here. Mikey Fresh, do me a favor. Write these down so we can check back on our props at the end of the year. All right. So the touchdowns are over under 20. We all took the over. Dory Jackson, 1.5 interceptions. You and Spiro take the under. I'm taking the over. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. You on that, Fresh?
I'm on it, baby.
All right, cool. That's why, see, my peeps are good. I don't even have to tell them. Or I have to tell my kids how to do everything 7 times. Not my peeps. All right, next one. Going back to the offensive side of the ball. Will Saquon Barkley rush for over 500 yards this season? This is easy. Yes or no? Starting with you, Spiro. Saquon Barkley, 500 yards for this season, yes or no?
Yeah, I'm going to say yes. I think he's got a big game in him at one point. And, I mean, it always comes down to Mr. Saquon's health and those legs and those ankles. But I think he knows he has to stay healthy the rest of the season. He's going to make – I think he's feeling the disrespect right now because a lot of the Giants fans and the whole nation are saying, Saquon's – he's a bust. He's done, I think he's going to come out with a vengeance. He looks healthy in practice. Over 500. It's going to happen.
Fresh, what do you got?
I want to say over. I'm going to say under just because you can't count on his health. So yeah. I'm going under. I hope I'm wrong.
All right. So I'm going over for one specific reason. I didn't make a big deal out of it, but there was a tweet today from him. Don't know if any of you guys saw it. But it was like admitting he has too much pressure on him. You can look it up. It had something to do with there's so much going on. I have so much, to do. So I'm paraphrasing right now.
Yeah.
You guys can look at it. And please do. And right away, it struck me as really odd. Either he's realized he's doing too much non-football stuff. Okay. You heard Jake Brown say that they were at a Halloween party and he got COVID. He's already he's pumping his new sneakers, which is the brand, and the guy's not on the field. I think with Booker getting 100 yards last week, I think there is, or 2 weeks ago, he's feeling it a little bit. I'm going with the over. So so many ups and downs. Sometimes I feel like I can't balance it. It be challenging. So many challenges. Now I don't know if those are lyrics to another song, but clearly there's something going on. There's a lot of hurdles being thrown at our man Saquon. And he's got to come out and prove people wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to average 38 yards a game the rest of the year. It's not a matter of can he? It's just a matter of
it's just staying on the field.
All right, so Spiro and I are taking the over. Frankie Fresh says Barkley under. By the way, if you want to read between the lines, Mikey Fresh just said that Saquon's going down again because if he can't rush for 500 yards and 40 yards a game, that means he's going down. Fresh, yeah. I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm
playing the percentages here.
I'm just reading between the lines, brother. All right, man. Defensive side of the ball, we got to keep moving. How many sacks will Aziz Ojulari finish the season with? Currently has 5.5. I'm pretty sure that ties.
It's a giant record, right? Giant sack record.
So it was done by
BJ Hill had it.
BJ Hill. I think it's tied 5.5 right now. I think.
I'm pretty sure you're right. Yeah.
The over under is 10.5. Wow, that's a heavy number. Okay. Spiro, I'm going to start with you. How many does Ojulari sacks over and under 10.5?
Well, you know what? That means he's got to get 5 sacks the rest of the way. Listen, it come in bunches with Ojulari. Like he could put up a 2.5, 3 sack game if he just runs into a bad tackle here and there. I'm going to say he's going to fall just short. No, you know what? No, I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over, baby.
You go,
my boy. 11 sacks, baby. He's going to be in the defensive player of the year conversation if he keeps that up. I am rooting for my man Ojulari. I think he's going to have a 3-sack game in there and really juice up his numbers. I'm going to go 11. Let's go. Over.
Oh, man.
Let's make it spicy.
Listen, I hope you people are listening to this because these props are going to go live tomorrow. You're going to listen to what we think about it, and then you can make a decision to play these props because pickup is the best way to get involved. Yep. All right. Dan says, let's go, Spiro. Dan's all fired up for you, Spiro.
Let's
all
go.
Right. Here, look. This is ready. Let's go, Spiro. That rhymes, by the way. What do you got for me, Fresh? What do you got for me? 10.5 over under.
It's under. It's going to be under, and I'll tell you why. He came out hot, had 3 sacks in the first 3 games. Defenses or offenses are now aware of him, and I think that it's going to be. We're not a team that's going to be winning a lot. Like I just see under happening. He's going to get more attention now, and he's going to open it up for some other guys. But under.
Okay,
Mikey Fresh.
That's the logical answer.
Okay, Mikey Fresh. Is this your wife, your mom, your sister? Who is this?
I've been tamed.
All right. Whoever it is, I like the impressive take. Okay, from the Fresh family.
It is.
You're going over.
I got to think that. Here's the thing. I got to think on a rookie is going to fade. Okay, here's what people say about rookies. They've never played past Thanksgiving. There is 7 more weeks of football to play when you're a rookie. And it comes out every single year that these guys hit the wall in December.
This ain't Georgia. This is the Northeast.
Correct. And they just run out of gas. You know what I mean? Because they're not used to that extra 7 to 8 weeks of football. And I think Leonard Williams, if you get into the statistics, his statistics right now are slightly better than they were at this time last year. This is the month that Leonard Williams took off. I don't know if he's that type of guy. He's been in what do you call it? He's been on the island all week with Dexter Lawrence. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No.
Him and Sexy Dexy were taking shots on Turks and Caicos from the beach with their lady friends. Yeah. I think that the big cat is feeling it, and I'm going with the under, Mikey Fresh. Going with the under.
Hey, that's a logical play. I just want to say you guys that. I tell you guys that. I wanted to go out on a limb. I want to get the boys fired up, boys and girls. So I'm rooting for Aziz to break some records and really put a mark on that defensive rookie of the year, Chase.
All right, now
look, that's my father.
Right.
using my mother's computer.
I love it. I love it.
Really quick, Mr. Mikey Fresh.
Here's
the thing. I love your son. I hook up the little one with the remote Jeep and like every book. I love Mikey Fresh. Okay. But I have to beg and plead here for a follow on Twitter, okay, Mr. Mikey Fresh, because you're not following me, Mr. Fresh. It's killing me. Okay,
he doesn't know how. I'll have to go in there and do it for him.
All right, we're just having some fun with you, Joe. By the way, my last name is Santucci. My dad's name is Joe too. So I'm
sure a couple of Joes.
Yeah, two Italians in the room. All right. Let's go to the offensive side of the ball. This one here is super intriguing to me because, like Spiro said, this should be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Kyle Rudolph touchdown catches at the end of the year, over or under 5.5. Go ahead, Fresh, starting with you.
It's under, man. It's going to be under, unfortunately. I think how many does he have now?
2.
He's got 2, right?
Yeah, it's going to
be. Wait, no, he's got 1.
1.
What makes you think?
Wait, no. He might have 2. Look it up. Somebody look it up.
I have it right here.
Yeah, he's got 1. He's got 1.
He has 1.
It seems like he just missed that second one, but because he stepped out of bounds.
Number one, guys are healthy now. So if the offense does magically start scoring in the red zone, I don't think it's going to be him. And number 2, we don't score, so I'm going under.
Go ahead, Spiro. Give it to me.
Yeah, that means he's got to put up 5 over the next couple of months.
So that would be an amazing sign.
It'd be a fantastic sign. I think I had him at before we did our preseason like predictions. I think I had him around 5 touchdowns, and I think that's where he's going to end up. I think he's going to end up with 4 or 5, but it's going to be under. Because I think you're finally seeing them now. Like, hey, we should probably look this guy's way in the red zone. When you're inside the 10-yard line, because he gets open, he knows what to do down there, and you don't have to run 10 yards to get open there. You have to just prop yourself up, turn around, box people out, get him the ball more, and I'm looking forward to him. I think he's gonna have a better second half. He's getting healthier. He's further away from foot surgery. He needed this bye week. He's a vet. I'm going to say under, but it's going to be a solid second half for him.
Yeah, I'm right with you guys. And I'm actually not even blaming Kyle Rudolph. I'm blaming Garrett for not using him correctly because as Danny said here, he had a 2-point conversion and he had a touchdown.
Yeah.
And both of them were very easy. He just runs in the end zone and turns around and they throw him the ball. It's almost like a no-brainer that he should be able to get 6 or 7, but Garrett sucks. So he's gonna, it is, listen, at this point in the season, it is what it is. Garrett sucks, and he doesn't use anybody he has. I mean, Galladay, Tony, Rudolph, he doesn't know how to use any skilled players. So I'm with you guys. Fresh, you can tab that down to all 3 of us are at under. I think he does pull out 5, but I think he's under. All right, offensive side of the ball. Oh, by the way, we're brought to you by Pickup. These pickups are going to be live. These props, are going to be live tomorrow. You're going to be able to go to nygiantsrush.com and actually play these props. Like the ones that we're talking about right now will be in the tab in the navigation bar, so you can play these props. Doesn't cost you anything. Have a little fun, people. Live little bit.
Put some skin in the game. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Don't cost you anything. I know you people like free. All right. Offensive side of the ball. Who will end up with more tackles? Oh no, I skipped one. How many sacks will Leo end up? We're sticking on the sacks.
Yeah.
So this is a unique one because we just talked about Aziz. How many sacks will Leo end up with? Currently, like Aziz, 5.5 over under 9.5. Spiro, start with you.
Okay. Well, so I think he's going to end up with 9 sacks. He's going to fall just short. 9 sacks, just short. He's still afford a 9 sacks. And let's get this all clear here. That would make 20 and a half sacks in 2 seasons. That's primo numbers right there. Like that's what you pay big bucks for, and he'll be living up to his tab.
And he's a defensive tackle,
right? As even bigger, and he hasn't had much help on the outside. So it's like Leo is right, like you said before. He's right on pace with last year's number. He's playing the run well. He's everything we could have asked for. Still, he's still gonna have a solid second half, but fall just short. I'm gonna say 9 sacks.
Okay, go ahead, Fresh. Give it to me.
I'm going to say over. I think goes hand in hand with my thought earlier on offensive game plans, being more aware of Aziz now. And Leonard's been, really red hot. He's been coming on strong.
Mm-hmm.
The last 3 games he has like 4 sacks or something like that. The last 4 games, 4 sacks.
Yeah.
So I think that he'll go over.
All right.
I like the way Fresh is thinking because I don't know if he'll be able to match last year, but the over-under at 10.5, like he really needs to. Did he have 11.5 last year or 11?
He had 11.5. The over-under is 9.5.
Yeah, 9.5 for this year.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the over. I think he's gonna hit 11. I know it's a big jump, but I think he's going to get 2 sacks. Like in the Miami game, he's going to get 2 sacks in the Eagles game. Right. And then he basically just needs to get 1, every other game for the rest of the season, which I think he could do because he seems over the last 2 weeks to really be playing. He doesn't get a lot of credit, but I'm going with the over because I like the way he's been playing.
Snacks to say, but we better go over. Snacks out there. Someone throwing challenges out there.
Oh, I see it here. I'm sorry, Snacks. I missed you. He better go over. Yeah, I know. We did pay him a lot of money.
Y'all you giving him a hard time. He's producing. Snacks,
I don't think he needs to go over from a production standpoint. He brings a lot to the table.
You know what? Here's the best point right here. We have extra games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 11.5 games. He's getting a whole extra game. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Danny says don't listen to Snacks. He's a big Leo hater.
That's funny.
All right, Snacks. You can hate anybody you want. I hate Evan Ingram. It's all good. All right. Let's go back to the offensive side of the ball. People, play the props tomorrow. You can actually play these props, and you can get yourself a brand new I don't know who's the hot player to wear. You can get yourself an Aziz jersey. You can go get yourself a Galladay jersey.
Mckinney.
You can get yourself a Mckinney jersey right from the Fanatics, right?
Let's go.
So tomorrow, play the props, win some. Now, again, you got to verify your account. If you don't verify your account, They can't track your points. All right, next one. Offensive side. Who will lead the Giants in receiving yards? Shepard, Tony, or Kenny G? Or I say Kenny G.
Kenny G.
Kenny G. Exactly. Fresh, starting with you. Tony, Shepard, or Galladay, who's going to lead?
I'm going to say the guy who has the least out of the three of them, and that's Galladay. I'm going Galladay. I think Shepard. Yeah, I think even though Galladay is coming off an injury, Shepard is probably, he's also injury prone, and I think that Galladay and Jones are going to kind of hit their stride together and have I think Tony could be close, but I think it's going to be Galladay.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Spiro.
So, all right. So what do we got here? I mean, right now Tony's leading, right? It's not a big. He's got 352, and Galladay's got 310. Needless to say, we've had a subpar first half. I'm going to say that Tony's going to have a couple of big games in him, and I'm going to take Tony here. Shepard, if he could just stay in the freaking field, I would have had him because he's so consistent, but Shepard, you just can't count him to play a full 8 or 9 games that we have left. So it's going to be between Tony and Galladay, and I think Tony has that explosiveness where he could drop 189 on you before you even blink. So I'm going to say Tony's going to lead. He's going to finish with around like 900, and Galladay with around 800. And Tony's going to be our rookie freaking receiving leader because I just love his explosiveness. And they're going to use him better. Please, God.
Yeah. Miss Mikey Fresh is in the room, and her vote is with Tony. And you know what? The logical answer here is Tony, right? Because he had like one game of like 200 yards, right? It seems like that's a no-brainer. I'm going with Shepard. Now the reason, and I don't really have I'm not going to drop this like huge conspiracy theory on you, but we all know if all three of them are on the field, who runs the best routes? We know it's Shepard. We know Jones relies on Shepard more than anybody. We also know now that right away, Galladay, I'm not really sure what kind of year he's having. Truthfully, honestly, I think it's a huge disappointment. But I told you earlier, like 15 minutes ago, that Gareth sucks. So I think it's more on Gareth. And Tony, I think, is going to just start getting schemed up, whether they start doubling him or running a high safety on him. Tony's going to have an electric year if he's healthy. But I think Shepard's going to have, because I know everybody wants to get rid of Shepard because he's hurt. And I'm right with you, folks. He's $10 million. If he doesn't take a pay cut, he's not coming back anyway. So the only way Shepard stays on this team is if he has 900 yards receiving this year. You know what I mean?
Well, he's got a lot of work to do then.
He does have a lot of work to do, but we've seen him have. This was his best start to a season since he's been on.
It's a shame.
So I'm going with Shepard.
I don't think he's going to get on the field again this week, even after the bye, which sucks. But hopefully he's back in 2 weeks and he could just.
Everybody else is back, right?
Yeah, everybody weapons wise. Well, Thomas is still. I'm still worried about Thomas. We'll see about that. But
I thought he's going to be good to go. Him and Saquon.
Yeah, they're talking positive, but he was on the side again on Monday. So who knows? Until we see him out there, I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch. So get him out there. Get them all out there, man.
My Italian friends are sticking with me, and I like it. All right, just for the record.
If Andrew Thomas doesn't play, Elijah Penny might lead the team in receiving.
Oh my God! Yeah, don't say that.
And taunting penalties. All right, defensive side of the ball. Who will end up with more tackles this season? Which is really hard to guess. Who's going to end up with more tackles at the end of the season? Ryan, who's at 72, or Tay Crowder, which is 67. I lost Spiro. Spiro, where did you go? Spiro. Where'd you go, dude?
You're on the bottom. You were on the top right of my screen.
I went clicking around. I got click happy, and I clicked out of here. So I'm back.
He got all excited about this. I'm going to actually start this one because Tay Crowder sucks. Okay,
that's not fair. He's a role player being asked to do more than he's capable of doing.
He really is.
He's being overextended.
Yes, both of you overextended and role player. That's what Crowder is. And is he a nice guy? Yeah. Everyone says he is like one of the classiest guys in the locker room. He's a fun to be around, smiling all the time. He can't hit anyone to save his life. I mean, and I understand Blake Martinez was like, this is the best linebacker because he did whatever Blake told him to do. You know what I mean? So, he made it easy for Blake to have 130 tackles. Crowder might be listen, I'm an old dude and I've seen a lot of football. I have not seen a worse tackler than him, I think, in my entire, career watching the Giants.
He's played better of late. He's played better of late, but he's having a tough go of it right now. He's not a middle line. He's not an inside line. Like, he shouldn't be doing this. He's taking on too much.
So you're going with Ryan.
I'm going with Ryan.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead,
What about
Fresh.
you?
What do you got?
Same. I think that
Logan.
the last 3 weeks, the defense has.
Spiro, look.
Sorry, Spiro.
Look at this comment.
Oh, okay. What is he, a customer?
That's Craig's other account now.
Yeah, he has definitely got his burner account right there, man.
I'm going Ryan. No, I think he's.
All right, I'm going to say Tay just to be different because I think. Look, if you look at the numbers, he's about 10, 6, 7, 9. He's been piling up some tackles recently. I think he's going to keep doing that. I think he's honestly growing into this role a little bit too because he was not supposed to be playing this much. It was supposed to be Martinez on the field all the time. So I think it took a little bit of it was a little bit of a shock to the system for Tay. So I'm going to say Tay. But listen, guys, it's not good if our safety is racking up that many tackles. That means the ball is getting down the field a little bit too much.
He gets a lot of tackles, though.
Yeah, but not close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's basically saying if your safety's making tackles, that's a problem.
Yeah, he's not an in-the-box safety. Like, he's down the field.
No,
that's not good.
Peppers is your in-the-box safety.
Right.
By the way,
But look at the last 3 games. The defense has played well, and he's had some tackles.
Yeah.
When I was 15 years old, Coach Spags was training JPP and a bunch of us Italian teenagers. Joyzy. Oh, in Joyzy. What are you doing in Joyzy? Defensive end tackle techniques, and I'm grateful for life. Yeah, everybody loves Spags, man. He's the man.
Yeah, he's the best.
He actually would have made a better coach than McAdoo, but they didn't give him that gig. All right, let's go back to the offensive side of the ball. This one's more about the Bucs this week because you guys want to talk a little bit about the Bucs. So I'm going to give you a prop to play immediately for the Bucs game. Will Jones rush for 50 yards against the number 2 defense against the run? So in case you guys haven't seen any Tampa Bay games, Tampa Bay is number 2 in the NFL against the run.
Yeah.
We've got one of the best running quarterbacks in the NFL, with Josh Allen and Lamar and, Mahomes, is pretty mobile. Fresh, do you think that Jones can run for 50 yards against the Bucs? Again, number 2 defense against the run. Can he do it?
I think he can. I just don't think he will. He's only exceeded 50 yards once this year, and that's just a fast defense. So, I just don't see him eclipsing 50 yards on the ground.
Go ahead, Spear. What do you got?
So if he's going to get 50, he's going to have to be on like one play. Like I think he's going to have to it's not going to be here's 10 here, here's like another 20 there. It's going to be a one pop off play. I think he could do it. Call it 2 plays, whatever. I think he's got to get 2 big chunk plays. JPP being out is big because JPP has always been tough against the run on the edge. So I think they could take advantage of somebody there. Like the rookie, I forget what his name is, number 9, but they got a rookie they got a rookie out there, and Barrett's more of an up the field kind of guy. So if they can get, they can get him up the field one time or chasing Barkley, and Jones pulls one back, he can go for another 40 yards, and that'd be huge. Having said that, he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it.
You had me sold for a second.
I know.
He totally had me sold. I was like,
Well, because then I just remember Devin White was on the other side too, and he is a badass linebacker. Listen, it's going to be tough. This is a good thing though for the run game. Vita Vea is going to miss the game. That's a huge plus for the Giants. But Daniel Jones is going to go under. He's going to only get like 25. I'm going to say 25.
I'm with you both. I'm going with the under there. You know, I do not think so. The answer basically is not even the under. It's Willie, yes or no. The answer is no.
He's not no.
Fresh. Yeah. We're all going with the no. Offensive side of the ball. How many interceptions will Mckinney end up with? He currently has 4. The over-under is 6.5. I did do a little research and look this up. The all-time leading interception, record for the Giants in the season is 11. Okay. The most recent guy, if you guys remember Stevie Brown.
Yeah, I remember Stevie.
Okay, so Stevie Brown, that's probably about 6, maybe 7.
8?
Yeah, 8, correct. So the record is 8. So the prop will be, how many interceptions will McKinney end up with? Currently is 4. The over-under is 6.5. And remember, the most recent record in the last 10, 15 years is only 8. So, I know he gobbled up 2 this year. Go ahead, Spiro. Can he hit 6.5, which would basically be 7?
So what? He needs what? He's got 4 right now. He needs three more picks the rest of the way. It's going to be tough. I'm going to say, well, keep in mind though, Xavier McKinney's always around the ball. He's dropped about 3 other picks at least that I can remember.
Yeah.
So
one of them I was hard on him, but one of them was kind of like behind him. He tried to come back for it.
But point being, he's always around the ball, and he seems to have that ball hawk mentality right now, and he's got confidence. He's admitted that the game's slowing down for him. I'm going to say over on this one. I'm going to say he finishes with 7 picks. Yeah, let's go.
Damn.
Yeah, 3 more picks the rest of the way.
I'm going to say over because for the first 6 weeks of the year, he was completely lost, and he still has 4 in the first half of the year from those 2 games when he had 2 each. He came alive, and he was somebody that I was worried about, like being a draft bust, but like quite frankly, in the last month, he has shown that he could be a special talent. So I think that he's got to run into 3 more. We talked earlier about potential like tips here and there, and like you're right, he's around the ball a lot. He dropped a few early on, and like I think he's going to exceed that.
Wow. His tackling in the beginning of the year was atrocious.
Yeah. His everything was bad. He didn't.
You could tell
look like he belonged.
Bad angles. It was all moving too quick for him still. Even though it's his second year, it kind of was his first because his rookie year was just a wash.
Yeah, broken foot. Good point. I actually feel a little bit different. Like out of Alabama, I always kind of considered him a thumper.
He's not.
He's not. Yeah, he's not. He's more like that ball hawk, like I think Fresh just said. But I'm going against this, guys. I'm going to go that he winds up at 6 and misses the over-under. So I'm going under. Frankie Fresh and Spiro have the over. Let's go to the offensive side of the ball. Since we're bouncing back and forth like a ping pong game here.
Say peace out to Tudo, man. He's out of here.
Is he out?
He's up at 2:30 a.m. in Italy, man. You gotta respect that.
Oh man. Oh, listen, watching Giants Low Show now. Awesome show, guys. Thanks, Tudo. Go get some sleep, dude. We'll be here for you at any other time. You can download the podcast. It's on the website. You go to the YouTube channel, or you can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Google Pod. So, but we appreciate you hanging out with us, dude. Much love.
Love you, man.
All right, offensive side of the ball. Will and you just planted that Devin White seed in my head there. I got ghosts now running around my head. Will the Giants rush for over 100 yards against the Bucs? Yes or no? Spiro, start with you.
I dropped that tidbit as well though about Vita Vea. So like, there's better of a chance now with Vita Vea out. Because he gobbles up those blockers, so Devin White can make those plays, and you're missing that. That's a key cog. I'm going to say I think we're going to shock some people. Barkley is going to be a man on a mission. It's prime time. Everybody's shitting all over him. I think Barkley's going to have a big game. He'll get about 75. Daniel Jones will pop in about 25, and they'll mix and match. That's 100 right there. But I think they'll get a couple here and there from somebody else. I'm going to say barely over 100, 105. I'm going to say 105.
All right, Fresh. I know you're doing research now on your phone, or you're day trading, one of the two.
I was just looking at the last few games, if they've exceeded 100, but they have.
Well, yeah, last week with Booker, they hit 99.9, yards. So go ahead, Fresh. What do you got?
I don't think they're going to. I mean, they're a good rush defense. We're not a good run offense. We got issues with run blocking. It's going to be Saquon's first game back. I think we're going to get him involved a little bit more out of the backfield. So I don't think we run for 100 yards.
All right. You ready for this, guys? I want anyone, if you're listening to the show, lock in, because this is going to wind up being like your MGM thing going on here. Ready? Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, ready? We also have a partnership with MGM, BetMGM Sportsbook, King of Sportsbooks. Make sure you also check those guys out. Where if you bet $10 on your favorite team on the money line, they score a touchdown, you win $200 of free picks. The reason why I bring that up is let's talk about what just happened. Washington football team, club, whatever they're called, because 2 years later they still don't have a damn name. Guess what they did? Two rushing touchdowns against the Bucs. Okay, 2 rushing touchdowns against the Bucs. Now, and it was only down the goal line because they were averaging like 3 yards a carry. Okay, so it wasn't like they were running up and down the field. Here's the thing: it's a copycat league. The Giants are going to go at this. They're going to say, "Wow, we just ran on the Raiders, who had a great front seven. We just ran for 100 yards. The Bucs just lost to Washington with 2 rushing touchdowns." This same boring game plan that our boy Jeff Pilgrim and Spiro were talking about today, like game plan sucked, boring. But guess what? The objective is to win.
Yeah.
Not only are they going to rush for over 100 yards, but when they win, you're going to go like this. I guess it doesn't matter that the game plan sucked because we won another game. You guys are going to come around.
I'm fine with that.
We have toys, so we want to throw the ball. I get it. But Giants are going to rush for over 100 yards against the Bucs. You can put that one in the bank and bet that prop when it comes up tomorrow, because I guarantee you, Gareth right now, because he sucks, if I haven't said that enough times yet, is he's going to just basically copycat what the Redskins or whatever Washington Football Club did, right?
Well, I agree with you. And I think also the mentality though is that secondary for the Bucs is kind of banged up, so everybody's going to think, hey, we have to watch against the pass, and that's where you get them with the run. You have to zag when when everybody's zigging. So
how uncreative Garrett is. So, all right. So I am taking the over. Spiro, I think, was the over. Mikey Fresh, you're the under. All right, defensive side of the ball. How many sacks will? And I like this with two because he's like the surprise player right now. How many sacks will Quincy Roche end up with? Currently has 1 sack. Over and under is 4.5. This is a tough one. Spiro, I'm gonna start with you. Roche, over under 4.5 sacks.
Yeah, it is tough. He got a late start and he had to learn the system, but you saw him come on hard in that Raiders game, and he had the sack of the game. And that's what the Giants have been missing for a long time. That sack at the end of the game to end it. And I love what I'm seeing out of him. As soon as we picked him up, I was so jacked up about it because he slipped to the sixth round somehow. Then the Steelers gave him to us for free. So I'm like, okay, cool. But so I'm going to say he's going to finish with 5. I'm going to say over. Just barely over, but over 5 sacks. I think he's going to – the attention's going to Zeez's side and Leo's side. That's where my boy cleans up, gets 4 more sacks the rest of the way.
Fresh.
I like it. I'm going over. If it's weird. I'm skeptical too. Like, why would the Steelers get rid of him? I know the Steelers are loaded at that position, but
they tried to sneak him under the. They tried to sneak him through the waivers.
If you just use the eye test and just like watch him play, like it's. I think there's no. I think it's a pretty sure thing he gets over. Like he's got a motor. He's gonna get snaps now. Like I don't know. I feel like he's gonna get the over.
I'm so excited for this kid. Okay, and I'll tell you why. It's really in a weird way, all right? Because 6th round pick, Steelers get rid of him. But I spent some time watching him this past week. I've even gone back and watched a little bit of video on him, right? Now, look, I'm prefacing this. He's not Michael Strahan. He can't even hold Michael Strahan's helmet, okay? But here's the thing. When you watch him play, he plays hard. Mm-hmm. He uses his hands. He's aggressive. I mean, like, and he's showing you, like, some of those dominant moves that Strahan had this crazy bull rush. He had this crazy stab. And I mean, he would literally like knock a 325-pound Runyon off his feet.
He also he actually bent the edge on that on the last Raiders sack too.
Yeah,
So
you saw that. You saw that with the judge
Yeah.
film
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I mean, like this kid's got some skill. He's been again. I'm not comparing him to Hall of Famers or anything like that, but because he played, like, look at the difference. He's got the same exact body style of Zimenez, and Zimenez is just like, holding up the line, this and that. This kid's like, I'm coming. He bends pretty well. I mean, we haven't seen.
He could set the edge too in the run game too. That's what I love to see.
I love it. I'm with you guys. I think he pulls in 5. That's a clean sweep for Roach. And guess what? Here's the thing. We got him for free. If it doesn't work out, no one's crushed because he's coming in mid-season. But guess what? He'll come back next year and he'll be even better when he gets a full season with the team in the system. I've got high hopes for him to be a real sneaky, good player. We can draft an OLB in the first round.
I think they will still.
He doesn't have to be a star. You know what I mean?
And I think the rotation of Azeez Ojulari and this third pass rusher that we're going to draft in the first round next year is going to be all we need, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Offensive side of the ball. No, offensive side of the ball. Will Jason Garrett be the offensive coordinator in 2022? Fresh, starting with you.
But this is going to be nice and
Yeah, I think it's a no because he's not going to be the coordinator because I think that there's a few variables here depending on how the season ends. Like, who knows? Like, some people think Judge isn't safe. I think he's safe, but I think sometimes you got to make tough decisions, and Judge is going to have to do that at the end of the year and make a tough decision and look in the mirror. And really, he talks about self-scouting and evaluating. I was with the same company for 9 years. It would have been super comfortable to stay. Like, I loved it there, but I had to make the uncomfortable choice to leave. And I've been at this new place for a few months, and it was the right move. But the bottom line is it's going to be tough. But if Judge wants to really take that next step as a head coach, he's got to make that decision at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So I'm saying no.
Go ahead, Spiro.
I'm gonna make it nice and quick. No, I'm barring a couple of 30-point outbursts the second half of the season. I'm one guy to say that Judge. I actually think that Garrett's actually been okay this season. I'm not hating on him more than some people over here, but Craig. But I think it's going to be a quick decision. I think they need a more creative young mind in the offensive coordinator spot. Get him out, and if Judge is here, he's going to make that move.
Okay. Now, are we sure that this is Mrs. Mikey Fresh?
No, that's my dad using my mom's thing.
All right, just making sure because your dad said that your mom was on.
He's been on point.
Her way. Yeah. Joe is right. The decision should have been made already, and Garrett is being loyal to a fault. Okay, no problem. To Mikey Fresh's point is, guess what? First really hard decision he made was getting rid of Colombo, right? And that worked out. The next big decision is getting rid of Garrett. He can't come back if this team's going to win 10 games and go to the playoffs, because regardless of him not having as Spiro said, not terrible, we can't survive with not terrible.
You need better. Right.
We need a lot better. He's got to go. Me and Fresh are with the go. Wait, we're all with the go, right?
All go.
Yeah.
All right. He's a goner. All right, we're almost done with these props, people. We're almost there. And then we'll do a couple minutes on Bucs. Let's see. Who will finish with more interceptions? This is a pretty good one. More interceptions. Bradbury or McKinney? Go ahead, Fresh, starting with you. McKinney or Bradbury? More interceptions.
Bradbury's got 3, and before I already said McKinney is gonna get the over of 6.5. No, I think McKinney. I'm going McKinney.
Spiro. Yeah, I mean, I kind of gave myself away as well when I said the over on McKinney. I think Bradbury will end up with like 5, and McKinney will end up with 7. Still very good seasons for both, but yeah, McKinney's going to win.
And I went with the under on McKinney, and I am going with Bradbury because he's heating up, and for whatever reason, he looked really bad the first 3 games, and now he's kind of hitting his stride a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I just think he's a tactician, and I think it's going to be Bradbury. Offensive side of the ball, And this is really kind of going to depend on how good we are in the second half. Will Galladay go all season with no passing touchdowns? Because we're at game 8 and he ain't got
receiving.
Sorry, what did I say? Rushing?
Passing.
Receiving touchdowns. Sorry, yes, good catch, Fresh. I'm gonna Spiro start with you. Galladay's got nothing so far. What do you think?
I think he's gonna have to get one. Like, right, he's gonna have to. I think he's going to go. I think he's gonna go off a little bit here. I think him and Jones were just starting to finally get a groove together. So I'm gonna say yes. He's gonna finish with 3. They're gonna finally figure out how to freaking use him. I'm sick of this big signing, and we're just wasting him right now. Let's get Galladay the ball, feed him in the red zone, baby.
Fresh.
3.
He's definitely going to score.
Yeah.
So yes, he's not going to go scoreless.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm with you guys. There's no way he goes scoreless. If he goes scoreless, he's not going to want to be here. He's gonna pull an Odell and be like, "Get me out of here." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So I'm sure this
free Galladay.
Yep. Yeah. You know what? There is a little free Galladay because
we should start the hashtag free Galladay. Let's go.
That'd be great.
All right, everybody start the. We've done all the free everybody. Brittany, free Odell. Let's do a little free Kenny G. All right, defensive side of the ball. I'm coming down the stretch here. Who will finish with more interceptions on the season? Jackson or Ryan? That's a no-brainer. That's easy. I'm going to start off and say Ryan. It might just be one, but a Dory Jackson can't catch a cold, so I'm staying with Ryan. Go ahead, Spear. What do you got?
I'm gonna say Logan's got to get on the board here. Like, he's got to make some plays. He was a playmaker last year. We haven't seen the playmaking from him this year. I think he starts going now that the defense is rolling again. I'm gonna say he gets 2, and Jackson's gonna fall short. Let's say Logan Ryan 3-2. He's gonna win. Free Kenny G.
Right.
Let's go.
Fresh.
Yeah, it's good. They both have 0. It's gonna be Ryan. Dory has I said under on the 1.5 earlier. I'm taking Logan Ryan.
Yeah, that's pretty much a no-brainer because they said Dory Jackson just can't catch.
But who would have had both at 0 right now? Come on, Logan, pick it up.
Yeah, well, I think a little bit he's been playing a little bit different kind of scheme than they had him playing last year. But if you're playing tomorrow on nygiantsrush.com, you go to the pickup tab. All these pickups, everything we're talking about tonight is going to be on there. You're going to be able to play them live, verify your account. Next thing you know, you're sporting a new Danny Dimes jersey. You're sporting a new Mckinney jersey. Don't cost you anything to play. You just got to accumulate points. Don't get me wrong. If you're writing down, if you're following along and playing along with us right now, you should be writing down what we said because you can blame us if you don't win the Giants. All right.
True.
All right. We are, let's see, we just did Jackson and Ryan. Okay. My favorite one so far. Will Evan Ingram catch a touchdown against the Bucs? The Giants will play Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Monday Night Football a week from now, or like 3/4 of a week from now. And we all know how good Tampa Bay's defense is against the the run. But as Spirit alluded to, they're a little banged up in the secondary. Ingram's been catching some balls, right? Because they're actually stretching him down the field.
He's been good.
Yeah. I've been saying it for weeks. Stop throwing him 3-yard curls. He's not good with his back against the defense. Put him in space. Spiro, will he have a touchdown against the Bucs?
Yes. He's been hot lately. The Tampa Bay's been letting up some points to tight ends. So I think that they're finally starting to use Ingram. It's like we had to learn how to reuse him again, even though he was the same coordinator last year. They're finally starting to throw the ball down the field with him. I think he's going to score, keep the streak going, and he's rolling here.
Go ahead. What do you got me, Fresh?
I'm going to say yes. Make it his third game in a row. He's got a touchdown in each of the last 2 games, and like you said, he's coming on, so I like it.
I'm going with 0 because this is going to be a Tony Galladay game where, Jones is only throwing to Ingram because he didn't really have a whole lot of extra options. Some of these guys were kind of shaking off the rust, right? A little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm fresh. I'm going 0. You guys are going yes. I'm going 0 or no, I should say. Hey, look, Spartan Mike.
Hey,
what up?
What's up, Spartan Mike? You're a little late to the show, so I will give you an idea. We're playing props. We're on the last 3 props of the show. These props, Spartan Mike, will be on the website tomorrow in my Giants Rush, of course, as you know.
Spartan Mike likes getting involved with props and gambling. So I like this guy's
and like I said,
he's the best.
We pickup doesn't cost you anything. You play for fun. You get the points. You win Giants gear from the Fanatics. If you like to gamble, Spiro has told you now on videos, TikTok videos. I mean, he's laying it out there for you folks. $10. What is it, Spear? What's the deal? What is the deal on MGM?
Sign up at BetMGM with our link. Put $10 in. Bet it on the money line on your favorite team or the team you think is going to win, lose, doesn't matter. All they got to do is score a touchdown. You get 2 free $100 bets. Come on, people. And then you just parlay that into more money at the end. So come on. Let's go. Get involved. It's easy.
As I said earlier in the week, don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid.
All right. Next prop, defensive side of the ball. Let's see. The Giants defense finished allowing 22.3 points per game last season. So at the end of 2020, the Giants were giving up 22.3 points per game. That's a mouthful. They are allowing right now 24 points per game. Will they finish allowing more points than last year? So what we're basically saying is, do they keep pace to what they're doing now? Because 24 is more than 22.3, or does it even get worse? Yeah.
Math guy.
Exactly. That guy. Or they lock it down and they drop it down. So, Spiro, 22.3 last year. We're at already 24 this year. Do they maintain the 24 or do they turn it around and go the opposite way?
I think they're trending in the right direction here. They're finally starting to get the defense. I don't know if Graham simplified things or the players just learned the system over again, but everything's trending in the right direction. I think it's gonna keep going down, and I think they're gonna get under last year's number. So yeah, they're gonna get less. They're gonna have less.
All right,
so I'm gonna say no. No, they're not going to let up more.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because they're currently letting up 24. Will they finish allowing more points than last year? You're saying no.
No.
Man, that's a really tough one. Go ahead, Fresh. Will they give up more points this year than last year? They already are right now, but will it stay there?
It scares me that they're in Tampa Monday night after Tampa lost. We still have to go to San Diego or LA to play the Chargers. We still have to play Dallas again in terms of big offenses. But I'm just looking at the way that they've trended the last 3 weeks and what they've done. And then also the fact that they have some softer games on their schedule too. In addition to those I mentioned, they still have Chicago and Miami. So I'm going to say no. They're going to have a lower points per game against.
Yes,
yep, I'm agreeing. It's not that much. It's 22.3 versus 24. They stomp on Eagles or Miami. They flip that back. And hey, Spartan Mike, do we need to get you send an alarm for East Coast time? We love you, dude.
People. Subscribe.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, that's true. Mark Thompson is our affiliate from Barbados. So we always like to give Mark Thompson some love because Mr. Mark Thompson lives where you and I go on vacation. So he lives there.
Live a life, baby.
Yeah. So we love Mark. All right. Fresh is taking all these down so you guys can make fun of us at a later time. Let's see. Where am I? Offensive side of the ball. Last one for the offense. Last one for offensive side of the ball. The Giants are averaging 19 points a game at the mid-season mark. Last year, they were averaging 17 points. So they've got 2 more points per game, which sucks. Why? Because Garrett sucks. It's pathetic. Garrett sucks. So the question is, gentlemen, will they improve over the measly 19 points per game. Again, that's an average, so you don't got to get crazy out there in fan land and look it all up. It's an average of 19 points per game. Last year was 17 points per game. It's barely an improvement with a better skilled position. The O-line still sucks. Garrett still sucks. He might even suck more. I'm not even sure. Fresh, I'm going to start with you. Do they improve on 19 points per game?
I think yes, and if not, it's going to be hard to find some wins, but I think, yes, they will improve.
Yeah.
Wow, that was like definitive. Okay.
That's
I mean, it's so bad. Some of these numbers are just so brutal.
That there's nowhere to go but up, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm going to also say they're going to score more because I think that the offense is going to stay healthier. I think they've been doing all this with banged up weaponry. No Saquon. We got to get Andrew Thomas back in the fold, though. I think that they're gonna go up and they're gonna start scoring some points. They may have a couple 30 points in there at the end of the season against some bad defenses. Yeah, like you look at the defense they're going up against the second half of the season. They're not that good. There's not a lot of good defenses up there. So I think they're gonna put get up around 22 points per game by the end of the year. So
all right, I like that. Last prop. This section of the podcast is brought to you by Play Pickup. Make sure you go there, create an account, verify an account, start playing props. Doesn't cost you anything, but if you want to score yourself some new Giants gear from the Fanatics, there's other prizes you can win, folks. I'm just saying the most important stuff to Giants fans is free gear, right?
Yeah.
You want free gear? Everybody knows the Fanatics, exactly. Last prop, but from our Play Pickup, our friends over at Play Pickup. Defensive side of the ball. This one's really tough right now because I know we're all going to want to give the homer answer. Will Patrick Graham be the defensive coordinator for the New York Giants in 2022? Let's start with you, Spiro, because I know we gave him some hard a hard time earlier in the year because he looked bad. So what's your thought?
Yeah, I mean we are hoping that the defense keeps doing what they're doing, but if they keep doing what they're doing, it's going to be hard to retain Patrick Graham because that'd be a very solid second half of the season. I think his slow start maybe gave us a bit of an opportunity here. He might want one more year of complete dominance before he moves on to a head coaching job. I think he loves it here. He loves being a defensive coordinator. He loves teaching. I think one more year of him back in blue as a defensive coordinator would be great, and I think it's going to happen. So I'm praying that the answer is one more year with blue. Bring him back.
Fresh.
Yeah, he's going to be the coordinator. No one's going to hire him as a head coach. Everyone's hiring offensive guys. Like, I love Patrick Graham, but I don't think he's at the top of anybody's list to be a head coach. Maybe
Robert Saleh's gonna disagree with you there, bro.
That's fair. That's fair. I would be surprised if a team hired him as a head coach in this cycle but hey, you're right. But
you're right.
So yes, I say yes, he'll be back.
I'm also saying I'm gonna have to run with Fresh there and say he'll be back. And I don't think there's really any threat of him leaving because you need a top 5 defense. Well, the Giants came in at ranked number 9 last year, and he got a lot of play. This defense, if everything fires on all cylinders, gentlemen, we may be a top 15 defense, but we're already in the lower half of the 20s. So no one's going to go out there. Now, not that he's not a smart, cerebral cat. It's the fact that Mikey Fresh nails it. Right now, you got to be the best of the best to be hired as a head coach if you're on the defensive side. So whoever has the number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 defenses in the league, those defensive coordinators are going to go get head coaching jobs. Otherwise, you're looking at an offensive guru because that's the way the league has gone,
Right.
So I think Patrick Graham is back. I think
he needs one more year.
Yeah, I think that's
so. We all said he's back. We all agreed.
Yeah. We all agreed. All right, that's brought to you by Pickup, playpickup.com, or you can go to the NY Giants Rush tab. There is a pickup tab in the navigation bar. Play the props, win gear. Let's just throw it out there. If you got a question, throw it in the chat. I'll put it up there. Jason's jumping in with the only reason why we weren't 32 last year is because
I think you're talking about our offense last year. Listen, if Garrett wants to be back next year, find ways to get Tony the ball, find ways to get Galladay the ball, and they got to score some freaking red zone touchdowns the rest of the way, man, because your job's on the line, man. You are on freaking you're on the chopping block right now. Yeah, like so he's got to make it happen. No more excuses. And I don't know if this is Garrett's call or this is Judge passing it down on him, but Judge is also letting this all happen underneath his tutelage. So
definitely
light a fire under Garrett's ass. Say you better freaking light it up or you're out.
So
this is Judge's fault.
So this week, as yesterday, I don't know if you guys got a chance to read it. I wrote a piece on the website, nygiantsrush.com. I was thoroughly shocked and alarmed to hear Daniel Jones say he doesn't have any input in the game plan, that he has a meeting with Garrett on Friday and they basically go over stuff and he yes and knows the kind of stuff. Like, listen, when you're a quarterback in the NFL, there are only 32 quarterbacks like on the planet, okay, to have people have this job. You would think as a third-year starter, you would have input into the offense. Maybe the offensive game plan sucks is because Garrett's not only, doing it on his own with no input from the quarterback, but go look it up, folks. He didn't call plays in Dallas, since now I'm drawing a blank. I wrote it's in the article. Read the article. It was like 10, 12 years ago. He hasn't called plays. Now he's back calling plays for the Giants, and he doesn't have Daniel Jones as the catalyst for what he's putting together. That's a problem. So if you're going to beat the Bucs, it looks like running against the Bucs might be the secret sauce. But guys, do we really? Is there an opportunity for us to take this game because the Bucs don't lose many games in a row? Go ahead, Spiro.
Lost 2 now, so 2 in a row. One before the bye, one after. Washington's not a very impressive team, so I think that the spread of 10.5 was pretty disrespectful. And get that 10.5 points if you guys are out there gambling, because I think their Giants are going to keep this close.
Money line, baby.
Hey-o. But no, I think ultimately we might fall short because Tampa really needs this game if they want to be a number 1 seed. They got to get they got to get back on track. If the Giants keep this close, I'll be happy that's I'm going to consider that a win. But they're going to just fall short, I think.
All right, look, we're running a little bit long. Real quick, fresh. Can the Giants win against Tampa? And if so, what's the one key to the game?
I think they can win. I don't know if they're going to win. And I think the key is going to be for the offensive passing game to just make some plays. I think that you touched on it. Their secondary has been vulnerable. I think that's kind of the key. If we can connect on some deep passes, make some plays down the field, and then we should be good. So that's why I think Andrew Thomas is a big factor as well.
Huge.
So
got to get him back.
All right, Spiro, can they beat the Bucs? And what's the one key?
Yes, they can be the Bucs. And they gotta frustrate Tom Brady again on defense. That's the only key. And if they could do that again, because Tom Brady looks off, maybe Father Time's kicking in a little bit, they could win.
Or he's just in a rut. He might just be in a rut.
It's probably just a rut, but man, it'd be nice if we can get that rut going for one more week. So
yeah,
they could do it, but I don't know if they're gonna.
I am totally with you, Spiro, 1,000%. Not 1, 2 Super Bowls. What did we do? Rattle his cage, rattle his cage, rattle his cage. And I will say, kind of going back to the last prop in the last section, the pickup prop section, if Patrick Graham wants to keep his job, if he wants to stay, if he wants to, elevate his value, he throws every single thing he can at Tom Brady, and you rattle his cage because everyone
last year.
Exactly, and that's the thing. If Graham goes and watches the tape and throws Aziz and Roche, and maybe even I've seen him against the Raiders. Logan Ryan.
A couple of zone blitzes. Yeah, safety blitzes.
Safety blitzes off the side. Rattle Brady, run the ball. Rattle Brady, run the ball. I know, folks. You want Tony. You want Galladay. One more week. Save that one more week. Okay.
I don't think
Save
you're going
it
to be
one
able to
more
run
week.
it on them. That's why I
It's gonna
say
be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Remember, Washington scored 2, not 1, 2 rushing touchdowns against them to beat them. And like that's unheard of, right? Who rushes against Devin White and
but didn't run for a lot of yards though.
It's not about the yards, but you're going to use Tony and Galladay, Shepard to get you in the red zone. What is literally our nemesis? The red zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you're listening to another episode of the Giants, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We got Spear, we got Mikey Fresh in the lab, nygiantsrush.com. Thanks to PickUp for sponsoring this section. Make sure you go to NY Giants Rush, check that in the tab. BetMGM. Spear will probably pump out another video. Spear, you gonna pump us a video?
I gotta do my best to pump it one more out, guys. I can't keep convincing you guys to make free money here. Let's go.
I know. I got to tell you, he is right. If Spiro makes videos for you folks, which I totally look forward to each time because he's spiking the ball. The best part is when he takes the ball and he comes to the camera and he goes like that. I was classic Spiro. Classic Spiro. You're listening to NY Giants. Yes, and listen, I just want Spiro to make more videos because they're humorous. Maybe we can even get Michael Stewart to make another one on the golf course.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for tuning in. This is already live, so it's on YouTube. It's not produced, but it's already there. Check it out. Subscribe. Like this. Look, bang, bang, bang. Hit the subscribe button to the Giants channel, and we're OUT out.
Peace.